Time for another simple background. This one is really easy. All you need is some water. I like to use mine in a mister bottle. Now you could do this with only one colour of Starburst Stains. You would still get that same really pretty mottled effect. I'm going to use 3 just for a little bit of variation. I've got Mountain Lavender Gold, Frosted Forget-Me-Nots and Carpathian Bluebells. Again, you could do this technique with either just the one colour or even 2. Start by spritzing your cardstock with water. It doesn't need to be saturated, you just want little wet areas so that the Starburst stains will bleed across the paper. I'm just going to start with the Mountain Lavender Gold. Now just randomly dab this across the page. As you can see, this makes a beautiful variation just by itself. You could easily leave this as just the one colour. I'm going to add a little bit more water, just so that the colours bleed together. Then I'm going to use the Frosted Forget-Me-Nots. Again, adding a little bit more water, just because I don't want any sort of distinct blobs that are easily noticeable as one colour or the other. Then I'm going to use the Carpathian Bluebells. And then I'm going to go back over with the Mountain Lavender Gold again, just to fill in any of those sort of spotty bits. Now I'm going to be quite generous this time with this colour, because I'd really like a little bit more purple in here. Now you can see that all that water really allows the Starburst stains to spread. Now these are Starburst stains rather than Starburst sprays, and the only difference is they have this little dabber cap rather than a spritz cap. So again, just adding a little bit more of the purple in here. Final spritz of water, just to make sure that those colours bleed into each other. Then I'm going to leave this to dry. You could hurry this up with your heat gun or leave it to air dry. It doesn't really matter for this technique. Although I find that hurrying it with a heat gun, sometimes you get lines of colour pooling. I don't want that on this particular page, so I'm just going to leave it to air dry. Once the Starburst Stains background has dried, this is the colour. You've got patches of that lovely gold and other patches that are a little bit lighter or darker, and it's all that really pretty lilac blue colour. I've used part of the beautiful lilac blue for the background, and I've just overstamped using Brilliance Black and this lovely Hero Arts stamp, which I thought matched this little cat quite beautifully. I've also stamped the cat on the same Starburst Stains background, and then I've just coloured that using Prismacolor pencils, which just colour beautifully over the top of all of the Lindy Stamp Game products. So I'll just move this into the light. You can see the whole card's quite shimmery. And yes, I've just added a few little pearls and crystals as embellishments. I think I might have liked a couple of flowers around the corners here. Unfortunately, all of the flowers I currently have are far too big. Maybe I'll fix this later. So this is the background there, overstamped with the black Brilliance ink. And then I've just coloured the little image in sections only. So I've just done the flowers, the cat and the butterfly, and a little bit around the border with the pencils. The rest is the colour from the background that I made using the Starburst Stains. I'm just amazed at how shimmery the background turned out. I hope you can see that that's just covered in gold. I think this little guy turned out to be quite cute, and I love that pale blue background. You can find the stamp names and more details on my blog at katepalmer.typepad.com.